3 years ago, several United Nations agencies based in Nairobi, in conjunction with the government of Kenya, initiated a special purpose vehicle to cater for the communities living within a 50 kilometers radius of the 2 refugee camps in Kenya.
The host community project involves several UN agencies. So it's a very good example of a project where the United Nations works as a team in a united way.
The initiative, known as the Joint Host Community Project, came into effect with an aim of reducing violent conflict between the host communities and the refugees. The agencies involved pulled together to provide basic social services within the areas with an aim of diffusing tensions between the locals and the refugees, support sustainable livelihoods, and avoid violent conflicts between the host communities and the refugees. The approach was multifaceted, including provision of water, income generation activities, peace building and education.
This program has been an eye-opener for all of us in the sense that we have addressed the issues of disparity between the community, the host community, and the refugee program, and this has eased tension between the two communities, and I think this program is worth being supported, and we should continue delivering programs to the host community so that we bring them to a par with the refugees.
The areas within which the Joint Host Community Projects operate are affected by a myriad of challenges, including insecurity, inadequate water supply, competition for scarce resources, environmental degradation, and low Human Development Index.
We are trying to support communities that are fairly behind the rest of the country in development terms, in social indicators terms. But we also recognize those communities in their midst house refugees. So we're trying to address the needs of the refugees without losing sight of the needs of the host community.
Labisigale Water Dam in Dadaab is one of the projects under the Joint Host Community Project. Apart from diffusing the tension between the refugees and the host community, it has brought enormous benefits to the local people.
It has helped us because our animals, they used to come from very far. There was only one borehole for the locals around, where the refugees have got almost 7 boreholes that are functioning in the camp. We have got only one. That one could not help us. But after digging this dam, we have got a lot of help. Right now, after some time, when the animals come to feed here, they used to move long distances. But right now, they move shorter distances because the borehole still is almost 5 kilometers to 6 kilometers from here. The animals become very weak in the dry seasons. Though these short distances also has helped. So this assistance has taken us a very, very big benefit.
Apart from quenching the thirst of an estimated 5,000 camels, 3,000 goats and 2,000 donkeys during the dry season, the water pan has also brought the community together to protect the environment around the water pan. Moving forward, the community would like to increase the size of the water pan to cater for more animals as well and start taking charge of the environment in the area.
Take these people. We could also plant some more trees to make nursery in the area. Also, you can see the area how it is plain. So we wanted to make a farm. The fence is very far from here. So we wanted to make a farm here on one side to make a nursery. On the other side, we wanted to farm. If we get enough rain, it is a good land to farm. So that is the way it could have helped us.
A few kilometers from the water pan is the Dadaab Proposes group. 3 years ago, 15 young men joined hands to form this group with the aim of reducing the colony of the prosopis tree, an exotic plant introduced in this area years back, and an aim to increase the tree cover. However, this thorny plant became more of a curse than a blessing, colonizing the entire landscape, reducing the ground cover and affecting both human beings and animals. Armed with machetes, this group started felling the trees and creating space for grass receding.
marka hadda markay arkan way ku farxaan aad iyo aad bay uga farxaan anagana faa'iido aan ka gaarnay waxa weeye cawskan xoolaha oo goranaa marka qarkood ariga maan gashanaa markii uu jeelka u dhaco.
The results, they are able to burn charcoal for sale, prosopis pods, poles for construction and reforestation of the area. They receive technical support and seedlings from the Greenbelt programs established under the Joint Host Community Project and are now looking forward to harvesting Arabian gum from the reclaimed acacia trees and planting dryland crops like millet, sorghum and fodder for their animals. A stone throw away from the Greenbelt project is the Las Bisigale Early Childhood Development Center. The center has been transformed from a one-mudroom classroom to a modern educational block. The nearest educational institution was 15 kilometers away, which discouraged many of the students from attending school. The pupils can now sing with joy as they engage in their classwork. The project brought new desks and sanitation facilities which were unheard of prior to the launch of the Joint Host Community Project. The school currently hosts 67 pupils but has a capacity of 100 students, and for them the future could not be brighter. Parents from the nearby host settlements say that they were forced to take their children to the UNHCR-funded schools located within the refugee camps. This did not go down well with them. Thanks to the project, these young pupils face the future with confidence that they will be able to enjoy the fruits that come with education, and despite having to walk for long distances in search of knowledge. At the Dada Boarding Primary School, a towering white tank is the first landmark that dominates this dusty compound. The school, which currently has 500 students, was lacking water storage facilities. According to the school headmaster, Abdisalam Duale, woes of the school were further increased by lack of enough water supply.
Previously, we had no storage facility, and if we had a very small tank, which was not enough for this. So this project has really helped this school in storing the water. Especially sometimes there are breakdowns of this borehole. Unfortunately, there is one for the whole community in this area. If unfortunately it breaks down, we had no storage reservoir for water. But now we can say, even if it breaks, we will have enough water for the children for about 2 to 3 days.
The area is served by one borehole, thereby creating the need to construct the water tank. Duale says that each student needs about 15 liters of water daily to cater for their needs. This has partly been solved by the water tank. He is however appealing for more support from development partners, particularly to renovate the dining hall and the kitchen, which are in a poor state, and the drilling of at least one borehole exclusively for the school.
In future, we would like to have one water source for this school through this project of Host Community Project.
You mean an independent?
Like its sister school, Dadaab Secondary is named after the Dadaab refugee camp. The school was established in 1999 as a community school. In those days, the Dadaab Secondary had a capacity of 20 students and 3 teachers, according to the current principal. Today, after various efforts from the development partners and the Kenyan government, the institution boasts of 403 students and 18 teachers employed by the government. A no mean achievement given the span of slightly over 10 years. But the support from the Joint Host Community Project could not have come at a better time. Here is the principal.
Prior to the erection of this sanitation and toilet system, you could find human feces scattered all over the school, which was giving us a very bad stench. And also we have had problems in terms of, diseases like amoebiasis. Once in a while we could report cases of cholera. We thank God now that issue is no longer there. Our students now go to the toilet, and if you walk around the compound, it is very clean. It is free of human feces. We are very, very grateful.
Apart from the sanitation problems, the steel elevated tank and the sanitation also help to reduce diseases related to hygiene within the student population. He says that due to the erratic water supply, the students were forced to walk long